evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Four Train Express. How's everybody doing? Hope you all are doing well. Thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to have Dane Huber on in just a little bit, but let's give a quick roll call to everybody in the chat. We have Stephen B. What's going on? Sean Browning, how's it going? Jonathan, good evening. FL Diver, welcome. Hope you guys all are having had a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. We have a lot to talk about today. It's going to be a very jam-packed show. Like I said, we've got Dane Huber coming on, and we have uh, NFU possibly jumping on later. But tonight, the topics are the Yankees rotation, um, the loss of in the Dylan Cease sweepstakes to the Padres, the rookies, and much more. So buckle up, hop on, enjoy the ride. William, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. So we know the Yankees lost out to the Padres for Dylan Cease. We know with Garrett Cole. Um, Question is now, are you concerned with this team and where we're at? Are you concerned with the rotation? And guys, let me know in the chat too. Are you concerned with the rotation? What's your biggest concern? And are you concerned with this team? And what if so? What is your concern with this team? I know that a lot of people wanted Dylan Cease. Um, I was one of them. I did want Dylan Cease, but I wanted him at the right price, not at the price of giving up Spencer Jones or Chase Hampton. But if it had to come between those two, I would have probably given up Hampton. Um, like I said, I think Spencer Jones is way too valuable. Steven, I did see that Angel Felipe is having Tommy John. Uh, that's something we're going to talk about tonight as well. And all the Tommy John surgeries that have been taking place and how they have skyrocketed from, what they used to be. Um, so we'll see what happens with that. But James, how's it going? Um, with that being said, again, guys, let me know in the chat what your concerns are and about this team or the rotation or both. I'd love to hear your opinions on it. CWE, what's going on? But yeah, with getting back to the Tommy John surgeries, there's a lot that have been going on with that. A lot of pitchers have been going down with it. Angel Felipe is just the latest victim of Tommy John. So, does the pitch clock have something to do with it? Possibly. Um, I think that the pitch clock doesn't exactly help, being that now it's forcing pitchers to um, rush into pitching rather than taking a second. Anthony Garcia, what's going on, brother? Salute to you. Salute. Hope you're doing well, bro. So that's where my stance is on the pitch clock. I think it's a joke in a way because, like I said, it's rushing pitchers, and you can't rush because that's when mistakes happen, and when mistakes happen, that's when they get burned. So um, there needs to be some modification to it. And I get Rob Manfred wants to speed up the game, but that's not the way to do it. Um, but yeah, I think it could go to 25 seconds, but you know, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Dev, what's going on? So, what are your thoughts on the pitch clock and how is affecting the game? I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. So, uh, please let me know. And also, Rodon or in his last outing, pitched quite well. So that's another positive. And at this point, I mean, Rodon has gotten better from the starts, or each start, I should say. So it's a nice sign to see. We'll see how he goes for the rest of spring, and excuse me, and if it can translate into the regular season. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Um, Stroh wasn't great today, but I'm not concerned about him at foul diver. Um, William, I agree. The pitch clock is hurting pitchers rather than helping. Um, and yes, Stephen, 100% agree. I would cut down the advertising. They don't need to show that many advertisements. It's ridiculous. Um, so that's one way you could do it. And putting the health of players in jeopardy is a big uh, issue that I have with it. And with all these changes that have happened, it just seems like it's a repetitive issue when it comes to players getting hurt because they are because of their health being put in jeopardy. So that's a great point, uh, Steven. So I'm going to start that comment. So thank you for bringing that up. James, we don't know right now who's going to start for us in 2 weeks. We'll see. Um, it does hurt pitchers. Let's see what else here. But as for who's starting, we don't know yet. I think it was supposed to be Stroman, but then it that idea got changed, so we're not sure yet. It could be Rodon, but I'm not sure. If the game wasn't broken and had less injuries without clock, then skyrocket. There's obviously a big concern too. Yeah, definitely there is a major concern with that, Steven. So that's a good point. The game the game definitely had less injuries without the clock. So, and how much time does it really shorten the game with the pitch clock? I don't think it shortens it much, but games aren't 4 or 5 hours. Brandon, what's going on, bud? I could be wrong. What are the Yankees? They could actually do that, Brandon. I would not be surprised if they did so. I think that's something that they're going to have to look into. Whether or not they do it, I'm not sure of. Is it likely? Who knows? Um, but that's a good question though. And when Dane comes on, we will ask. I can ask him that as well. So thank you for your question. Boone said it's not Rodon or Stroman for opener. Then I don't know who it is, Steven. I'm not sure. That's something that we're going to have to find out. Could it be Clark Schmidt? Maybe. Could it be Nestor Cortez? It could be, but I don't think it should be. I don't think Cortez is healthy enough. I think his shoulder is completely shot. I think there's something completely wrong with that shoulder of his. And the fact is that his stuff is flat and doesn't have any movement. And if he does start the opener, he's going to get. I don't trust him to be able to get through that lineup. Excuse me. Um, So that's something that we'll keep an eye out for. If you have not done so, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the share button. Share this out to your friends, appreciate and family. I'm on the road to 600 subs. I do appreciate everyone who has subbed. And CWE, we don't know if they're getting another pitcher or not. So let's not jump to already thinking that they're not. We don't know what they're going to do. That's they don't tell us anything. So let's pump the brakes on that one for a second. Yes, Schmidt was second best last year, and this year looks good. He could be a good fourth or fifth, absolutely. Um, Jonathan, you're right. We don't have much of a choice. Um, it could be Uncle Tats is in the building. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing well. If you are available, Tats, and would like to join, let me know and I'll send you the link. Um, yeah, I think that's also true. Um, I think that it they could promote him, but I don't know if they're going to. So that's something to keep in mind, something to keep a lookout for. Um, we'll see what happens with that. So, gotcha, Tats. So hopefully, hopefully the Yankees do something as far as uh, Garrett Cole. They did say that he was going to go visit that doctor in California today to get an extra look. So that being said, they might find out tonight. What is up, Grunt Baseball? How you doing, Grunt? If you want to, let me know, and I will shoot you a message and get you on here. Um, so with that being said, Garrett Cole is going to be was supposed to visit the doctor today. Uh, just because they get the results today doesn't mean they're going to give us the answers today. That was confirmed on MLB trade rumors. Um, Darren, do you want to jump on, bud? Let me know. So, with that being said, Garrett Cole's or other is the one who wanted the other opinions. Um, this is what we need to wait on, and as much as it may pain us to wait, it sounds like that's what's going to have to happen because it doesn't sound like they're going to give anyone results just yet. So we're going to wait on that. Jake, what's going on? So, okay, so Bobby Malone tweeted that the initial recommendation for Cole's troubled right elbow is rest, rehab, and some conservative non surgical treatments. So, cool. That's good. Darren, I will send you. Do you have Twitter, Darren? Let me know, and I will shoot you a message with the link to the stream. But that's good, Jonathan. Thank you for that information. We don't know if we don't know yet what the actual diagnosis is. Uh, the what we heard of him just it being inflamed is something to keep in mind. So it's a good sign. All right, give me 1 second, Darren. I'll get you that link. Uh, I don't know if they're gonna go after. Yeah, I got. Thanks, Steven. Sounds good, Darren. Mr. Coconuts, what's going on? Um, I don't know they're going to go after Monty or Snell. I think those talks are dead. It sounds like they are interested in Michael Lorenzen, though. So that's going to be something that we also have to look out for. And PRP shots for Cole's elbow, possibly. We'll see. Uh, Not sure if that's really the most realistic thing right now. I think we have to wait on this next doctor's opinion, or well, yeah, opinion before we start jumping into PRP. But we'll see what happens. Aiden, what's going on? Um, yeah, but I think see Josh. I think they want to rely on Holmes. I think they trust Holmes enough to do it. Um, so we'll see. I mean, he did have that one bad month, but he wasn't terrible throughout the season. He was pretty consistent. So uh, I I'm guessing that the Yankees are just going to leave Holmes as the closer. As for a starter, we don't know. Up in the air. Um, yeah, I mean, Mr. Coconuts. That doesn't mean that he won't be a workhorse. So we just need him to come back healthy. That's what we care about. How realistic is it to trade for Bieber and Class A right now? That's less realistic than just Bieber. So that's something to keep in mind. Um, Brandon, I get you, but they've already said that they are interested in Michael Lorenzen. So we have to see how that plays out as well. What is everyone's concerns though? I'd like to hear from you guys. Uh, Jonathan, it might be longer than a 2 month IL stint for Cole. It'll probably be closer to 3 to 4. So, uh, when FL Diver, when did Heyman report that? Oakley, how's it going? Very true. Very, very true. Um, that is very true. I agree with that 100%. Um, I get Sean wants to stick to his program, but I want to see him get this. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice, but we have to see. Um, FL Diver, if you can find that for me and put it in the chat, I will definitely take a look at it. He said that 4 minutes ago. Jonathan, did he tweet that, or was that in an article that he had wrote? Yes, Stephen. Nestor has not looked good all spring. Um, I like him to the pen as well. Makes more sense, but I don't know if he's gonna. If we're gonna have. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that. Unfortunately. So, give me 1 second, guys. It's all over X. Good to know. I will check that out. Um, do you see Rodon stepping up to be your 2009? He could be. He could be. It's very possible, Sunil. Very possible. Okay. So that's been confirmed that there's been no tears. He still went to get another opinion. Um, so if Tommy John is unlikely, that is the best case scenario. And that is what we want. We do not want him getting that. But So we'll see what happens. Aiden, I had answered that, but I'll answer it again. Um, Cashman will make a trade for the right price. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Oakley. Give him as much time as he needs. Um, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Maybe we could get a starter like Bieber or underrated one and let Warren as a fifth. That way we have another swingman. Yeah, that's possible too, Steven. Could it happen? Yeah, but again, we have to wait and see what Cashman wants to do. Now, he's not going to get fleeced, and he's not going to fleece another. Excuse me. He's not going to fleece a team, and he's not going to get fleeced. Aiden, I don't think Monty is going to be uh, coming to New York. Okay, so Brandon, thank you for bringing this up because Bauer is not coming to the Yankees. He has two open investigations against him, and it doesn't make sense for the Yankees to do that. It doesn't make sense for the Yankees to sign him. So let's just put that one to bed. And you're right, Oakley. He can't force teams to make a trade, but teams can't force him to make a trade either. This is great. This is good news. Bob Nightingale. 1 minute ago, Yankees ace Garrett Cole has been informed by Dr. Neil Elatrach that he should be able to return to the Yankees rotation in 10 to 12 weeks from now. That's great. So that's the best case scenario right there. And that's what we just got. And that's what we needed to hear. So 1 to 2 months isn't bad. Um, I think that's probably what's going to happen. Brandon, good night, bud. Thank you for coming on tonight. If Cash isn't going to give up good prospects for Cease, he isn't. He's going to get any. That's not necessarily true because think about this for a second, Mr. Coconuts. What the Padres gave up was their number 5, 7, and 8 prospects, which would have been Wells, Warren, and Lombard, and a major league pitcher, a major league reliever. So the Padres 5, 7, and 8 would have been for us Wells, Lombard, and Warren. So let's uh let's hold off on saying that because he wasn't willing to give up big name prospects because what I'm thinking is and it's only speculation, but they like Jones and the White Sox were asking for Jones. So we got to break some news tonight, which was the Garrett Cole news, which is great news. Um, so 10 to 12 weeks. I think, does everyone feel good about that? Cash from the money insured us this year, and Cashman been money and showed us this year. And last, we are patient. And can you explain that a little bit, Stephen? So, what's the source for what? FL Diver. Yes. Cole's news was definitely the best news of the week. You're absolutely right. Finding out tonight what the doctor said. Bob Nightingale. So we did get some big news there. That's huge for us, and that takes a big weight off of our shoulders. So I I have to say I'm very happy to hear about that. The Sox wanted pitching. We already lost a lot. Cash has his trading partners in LA, Pittsburgh, and a couple of other spots. I don't know if that's necessarily what pitchers did they want, Oakley. Gotcha, FL. You're good, man. Uh, I heard that too, Aiden. I don't know if he's going to. Yes, Mr. Coconuts. Like Judge, we did dodge a bullet, so that's also some good news. Each one of Robbins, but they take that off. I don't know about that. CWE aren't overpaying in trades. Yes, agreed. Absolutely. Yes, I did see that, Oakley. They got Drew Thorpe, two other prospects, and a major league reliever. I don't. My opening day, sir. I could not answer that because I don't know. Probably Schmidt because I don't trust Cortez all that much. Give me 1 second, guys. Yes, Cortez did get rocked, but just remember, even though Cole is getting 10 to 12 weeks of rest, when he comes back off of that, he's going to have to develop, he's going to have to build his arm up, I should say, all over again and get a full spring because he didn't get a full spring now. Oh, Dodgers might be recruiting ridiculous Yamamoto. Yep, this is true. This is very true. Yeah, I actually predicted Yamamoto to pitch to a high three, low four ERA this year. I think major league hitters are going to catch up to his stuff. I think they're going to think his windup is he's just throwing it. He's not actually pitching, but to each his own. Yes, Imanaga looks good. Yes, we dodged a bullet. Um, let's see. Sunil, it's not necessarily true because Kagawa was out of his or wasn't great to begin with. Yamamoto is actually a much better pitcher than Kagawa, but I don't think it's gonna translate well to the majors. More like Tanaka and like Japanese pitchers. And yeah, that is way too early to say. So we'll see where that goes. But exactly, exactly, Jonathan. But anyways, what uh, what do you guys think of Austin Wells? Um, Possibly being the opening day catcher. Joel, how are you, my friend? Yes, I heard that, Aiden. We discussed that earlier. Yeah, I heard. I'm I'm guessing that he'll probably be the starting catcher this year. Um, what does everyone else think of Austin Wells and how he's performed? Yeah, I'm a fan of Wells too. Definitely a fan of Wells too. He should be. He's uh, pitchers love throwing to him. Rodon's got nothing bad to say about him. So I 100% agree with you, Oakley, on this. Wells has done so much better defensively than expected, and his bat has started to come around. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, every Yankee hater was hoping that Cole would need Tommy John. Trevino does have good pitch framing, but he's probably not going to get the starting job just because he's been hurt. Uh, he could very well become a fan favorite. Absolutely. Yeah, I could see that, Oakley. Absolutely. Yes, FL. He's definitely doing better than most expected. So, good point. Let's see. Whose comments have I missed? So, with that being said, who would you like to see start uh, game one of the season? Being that it's probably not going to be uh, Rodon or Stroman. Yes, but right now Aiden Dominguez is hurt. Yep, one righty, one lefty, easy platoon. Volpe Wells combo at the back of the lineup will be productive. Yeah, Volpe's turned it around. Um, it's possible, but I don't know if he will. We'll have to see. So, but it's, I mean, he could, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, Schmidt, okay. Schmidt, okay. I don't know if Luis Hill's going to get the start. I really don't. Um, Nestor is definitely a question mark. Rodon, I'm not too worried about. Yes, he has absolutely. Gil has looked good this spring. Um, Stanton is even doing better. Absolutely. Lou, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I mean, at this point, it kind of does matter, but we'll see what happens. Yep, let him build up gradually. Luke Weaver, Aiden, are you talking about the start opening day? He could be. We'll see. Uh, I wouldn't go with Nestor on the first on opening day because I don't trust his shoulder. I think his shoulders probably shot, and there's probably something else wrong with that shoulder. The bullpen definitely looks good. Yeah, he has. Um, Matt Blake is really making these pitchers a lot better. I agree with that, Oakley. That I could see. Having Gill as the eventual closer, totally possible. Totally possible. Aiden, Luke Weaver, are you referring to him as the opening day starter? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, FL Diver. Absolutely, 100%. You don't want to rush him back. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Scott, how's it going? Thank you for coming in and stopping by. I did hear Showman got lit up today. I didn't hear about Holmes though. Yeah, Peter could use some more time at AAA. No hurry there. I agree with that. I don't know if Hamilton's going to be a starter. I think he's more of a reliever. I will have to ask him, Dane FL Diver, the next time I speak to him about him, because I haven't gotten a chance to see much of Heel. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Oakley, but that I agree with 100%. I think the pitch clock is definitely an issue. I did hear though from Dane that he was developing more pitches. I can talk to him more and find out which more or which others he's been developing. Yeah, no, you can't blame Showman for that. He definitely wants the home opener. This is true, Aiden. They did want Spencer Jones, and the Yankees were not going to give him Spencer Jones. Um, I don't think Dylan Cease is worth Spencer Jones. My honest opinion. I would never trade Spencer Jones for Dylan Cease. Not something I was willing to do. So I'm glad that Steinbrenner and Cashman uh, stood their ground on that. Yes, let's definitely move on. I heard about that, Steven. I definitely heard that he was working with Pettit on a cutter in the offseason. I did hear that. And that reminds me, Pettit, uh, I think he's going to be a nice addition to an advisory role for the Yankees or a coaching role for the Yankees. So, well, I'm excited to see if he continues to work with Yankee pitching. Yes, Jonathan, that would be great. The regular season is almost here. Uh, Warren, I could see at this point making it, but I don't know if he will. But it would be nice to see. I'm sure Cashman will find a few gems when players get cut as spring sales on. Yeah, I can see that. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, it would be. Not sure if he wants to. Uh, but we will see. Yes, the offense is definitely gonna be fun to watch. And yes, Soto is doing line drives and walking many hitters. Yep, absolutely. He's got a great approach at the plate. Yeah, for a depth piece off the bench, yeah, I might do that. Pennon looking good. Yeah, I think I'm happy with the bullpen. I actually like how it's been put together. So very happy about that. Is Bieber coming in New York? No, he has not been traded to New York. Um, get back to me on that. I'd like to hear that. No, uh, Will Myers was a Royal, a Ray, and a Padre. I don't know if Glaber's going to lead off. Actually, I think it's probably going to be between LeMahieu and Verdugo. Yes, the offense is definitely going to carry the team until Cole gets back to help the rotation. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Just so you know, Houston Astros ace um, Justin Verlander is starting the year on the IL. Benji, actually, that is not true. We just found out that he will be out 10 to 12 weeks. Yes, we do have money left to retain Soto next year, which is good. I do see that happening, but we're not going to get into that. It's too early. Let him enjoy his time in New York. Yeah, I would agree. I don't know if they're going to have Warren make the team right now, but we will see. As for Scott Boris's clients, Monty and Snell, I'm not giving Snell 9 years, and I'm not giving Monty 7. That's a possibility too, Steven. I really like that as Dominguez is the leadoff hitter. I don't know if the Yankees would sign Clevenger. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that I think that he's probably going to start in AAA. And yeah, Monty and Snell is. I don't be surprised if they don't sign until the middle of the season. Yeah, exactly. FL Diver. Boris can go kick rocks and get bent. Benji, I would not go down that road with Thor. He is not. He's a disaster. What's up, Dane? Um, Bauer is not coming here either. Bauer's got two open investigations on him, so no, I'm not taking that chance on him. Yeah, I could see that. Do you think Boris clients are doing some stuff? And if I don't know, couldn't tell you. 2023. Yeah, I mean they are better, but it's not how you look on paper; it's what you do on the field. They not a problem, man. If we are still live and you are able to hop on, you know you can always jump on. Yeah, dang. If you could, please put in the chat what pitches Gil is work or Heel's been working on. Um, I know you sent it to me in the text, but uh, please, so everyone can knows what he's been working on. The Yankees had made another offer on Cease, but it wasn't good enough for what the White Sox wanted, apparently. Yes, it is a good thing we didn't trade for Devin Williams. He has two small fractures in his back, so that's never a good thing. Who are you referring to, FL? Well, if you're talking about Cease, yeah, the Yankees were heavily involved in trying to get him, but the White Sox were not lowering their asking price because they wanted Jones, and the Yankees were not going to give up Spencer Jones. I thought so too, Benji. I thought they could have used another bat, but instead they went out and got Dylan Cease. It happens. Didn't see that happening, but yeah. Luis Hill. Got it. Thank you, FL Diver. Oh, no problem. No problem. Bieber could get moved next. Uh depends on where the Guardians are and what they're asking for. Hmm. I mean, yeah, but I think it all depends on also where they're at. I don't know. I actually haven't had a chance to see how Bieber's done this year. There you go, guys. Okay. Uh, Mets are a dumpster fire, and Baltimore, no idea. Yes, I do remember that. Bieber could be traded whenever, so it doesn't just have to be in July. Yep, saw that. I think it's actually a second game, but don't quote me on that. What's up, Will Star? Yep, I have predicted that the Royals are making the playoffs. Um, that AL Central is definitely up for grabs. Yes, Dane, thank you for putting that out there. Great knowledge. If you guys have not gone to see the Farm Report with Dane Huber, go check that out. Great stuff. You will get all the knowledge you need on all the prospects in the farm system. Fantastic job. Please like and subscribe to his stuff too. Yes, I think the Cole news gave everybody a bit of life there. Well, I don't think you're wrong about that. Dane, absolutely, brother. You know that I'm always here to help you out if you need it, and I'm always here to support you as you've supported me. So thank you, my good friend, for doing that. Um, I think while Cole is out, it's going to be much more difficult, but I think they can. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it's very possible. Uh with the new ownership, it's possible. They're definitely going to offer him a QO. So we definitely have to be very mindful of that. But I think he wants to test free agency. But they could re-sign him. But he did say he wants to test free agency. Absolutely, Stephen B. If we can do that, that'll be great. That shows that we can overcome this and that we can win as a team and really make this team better. Dane, I wanted to get your opinion on some of the prospects. If you could please put it in the chat, since I know you're busy with some stuff right now. That would be great. I'd love for my viewers to get a chance to hear some opinions from you about some of the prospects that you've seen during spring training. I don't know, Benji. I couldn't tell you. Excuse me. Yep, absolutely. Uh, Leilani, Jones, Arias, all of them, if you can. Warren, Hampton. I don't think Hampton's going to get the call yet. I think he's at the cusp like Warren, but I think Warren will probably come up first. But Warren is not on the 40-man. That is correct. Uh, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you, Benji. I think at this point, with Peraza's injury, Donovan Solano's a good fit that we could get. JD Davis is a possibility. Will Myers is a possibility. There you go. Dane, as always, thank you for the great insight. Hampton still needs a couple of months to refine some things. If we see him, absolutely. Dane, thank you so much. Wait 1 second, guys. Let me just get NFE something here. Second. NFE, how's it going, bud?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, I'm not on camera just because I'm
That's fine.
driving, but I'll be home
I
in about
gotcha.
like 5 minutes or so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. How's it going? What are we talking about tonight?
So, we broke some huge news.
Oh, the Cole news?
Yes.
Yeah, I just read that. So that is excellent news.
NFE, hold on. I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
stay on for a second.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Hold on. Let me look at the comments here while Mazda's doing his thing. Guys, how's everybody going? Oh,
Better, guys? Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Okay, no, I just had apparently I was muted. So,
Oh,
yeah. So, 10 to 12 weeks.
yep.
Um, I am actually very happy that I was live tonight because I got to break that. So I was very happy about that. That's great news. We were
Yeah.
talking about Austin Wells. We were talking about the pitch clock. Are you concerned after Dylan Cease went to San Diego? So we've been busy tonight.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I mean, as far as the Garrett Cole news, man, that's exciting. I mean, I'd rather him be out 10 to 12 weeks than
Absolutely.
to require Tommy John surgery and for him to miss the entire season, and
Absolutely.
and potentially next season too. Whether it's part of it or half of it.
Hmm.
So
And this is after he visited that doctor out in
yeah,
excuse me, out in
Doctor
California. Yep.
Alex Hush.
And Sean Browning had a question for you, NFE. What about a trade for Bieber?
Um, Sean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to Bieber. He would be a trade for Bieber would cost a lot less than for a guy like Cease. Um, you know, there was also those reports that came out earlier today that the Yankees checked in on Lorenzen. Um, Personally, I wouldn't be opposed to Lorenzen.
Okay.
Cost as much, and he's not going to cost as much, and he would at least help out the rotation for the next 10 to 12 weeks. As
Yeah.
as far as trying to carry this rotation, because they need somebody, whether it's in a
Yeah.
trade or signing or they look within their own, but they gotta do something. But Shane Bieber, listen, I'd rather get Shane Bieber. I'd rather trade for Shane Bieber than to sign a Mike Clevenger.
Yep.
Or not Mike Clevenger, Lorenzen. Sorry, I got like different pictures on my mind. But but I wouldn't be opposed to Shane Bieber, but the question is, do the Guardians want to trade Shane Bieber? Because it seems like the NL, or not the NL, but the AL Central is wide open.
Yep.
So it's anybody's division, really, in my opinion.
I agree, man. I mean,
Yeah,
it's gonna be all up to Cleveland and where they're at uh, in the standings, where they're at, just in general. So
yeah. Because to me, it's just I guess if I'm the Guardians, I'll try and compete. But if not, I mean, he's on the team for another year. Um,
yeah,
Maybe you do trade him and get some value back for him. You know, uh, maybe the Yankees do reach out to Cleveland again for another potential trade.
yep.
They traded with him, for when they sent Esteban Florial over there.
So just 1 second. We got more of an update on the Cole situation.
Okay,
Uh,
let's.
so he's not requiring Tommy John surgery.
Uh-huh.
He's going to be shut down for a month, but
Okay.
it's going to be 10 to 12 weeks in total for him to get back. So that means he's going to take the month to shut down. They're going to reevaluate, and then he'll probably start throwing again.
Okay. So yeah, he's going to be shut down for a month, and then okay. I mean
Yeah,
that makes sense, man. It's just when it comes.
absolutely. And and there was a comment earlier that I don't remember who said it, but they said they need to take their time with Cole.
Well, I mean,
So
anytime you're dealing with elbows, man, that's nothing to play around with.
no,
So you have to take that serious. It's not like he sprained his ankle. This is an elbow injury.
yeah,
So you have to take that. You have to take that very cautiously, man. That's something you don't mess with. You
yeah.
know. So
And just so you know, um, Dane has been rocking out tonight with the great info on Arias and all the prospects. So again, hats off to Dane Huber. If you have not seen the farm report, what are you doing? Go check it out. Donnie Clarkwood is up. Go check it out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Um, you will find out all the information about the farm system. And if you have not subscribed to NFE in the Strike Zone, what are you doing? You are living under a rock. Go do so. He's on the road to 500 subscribers. We want to get him there by opening day. if not the All-Star break. Please go subscribe to him. He has great, great content. If you have not subscribed to the Pinstripe Chronicles, please do so. He's They've got great stuff too. They are on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Then you have the Upper Deck with Chris and Lynn on Sundays. So if you have not done so, please go subscribe to all these guys. Show these guys some love. You still there,
Appreciate that.
NFE?
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah.
that.
All
Yeah,
right. Cool.
and yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Sports Train Express, guys.
So we
Can you hear
we
me?
definitely, yeah, I can hear you, and I appreciate that too.
Okay.
There was there was one thing I wanted to get your opinion on, NFE, and that is the pitching rotation. Knowing that Stroman wants to start at home, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Rodon does not want to start game one. Where do you go from here?
Okay.
Where do you go from here?
I mean, if you're looking, if you're looking at the current rotation right now, I mean, it's either going to be Nestor or Schmidt. I mean, the only other choice is starting one of their bullpen guys. Just to start off like a Luke Weaver or something. But you know, Stroman, it's clear Stroman is not starting. He already made that known.
Yep.
But I think, I mean, at this point, I would. I mean, it's between Nestor and Schmidt. I could see.
Oh, we lost NFE. Hey, Dane.
Hey, Mazza, what are you doing?
Oh, chatting it up with these guys, enjoying being on here with everybody as usual. How are you doing?
Good. I'm trying to get my headphones connected so I can hear you better. Sorry I can't get on camera. But if you
No
guys
problem.
have some prospect questions or anything like that, let me know, and I can answer whatever you guys want to know.
Yeah, feel free to shoot questions Dane's way about the prospects. I'm telling you, you will not be sorry if you. He's got all the top information about them. What's going on, Demon D?
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yep, I got you.
All right.
So I had a question for you about Roderick Arias being that and Everson Pereira. Between the two of them, who do you see most ready to come up and play in the majors?
Roderick Arias and
Everson
Everson
Pereira.
Pereira.
Yeah.
Pereira's in AAA. He's already been up.
Okay.
Arias is 2 years away.
Okay. So do you think Everson Pereira could get that call out of spring training?
No, I
No?
do not. No, I do not see him. Well, they expect Judge to be healthy, so I don't think so. No.
Okay.
If
And who do you,
Judge is going to miss time, Pereira would probably be the guy that would get a shot.
Okay. Interesting. Who do you see taking Peraza's spot as that, utility guy or that bench guy?
Well, we have been told that they still very much like Oswald Cabrera. His positional defensive flexibility can't be matched. There are just not many guys that can play 6 or 7 positions at a high level. So, or 5 or 6 really. So he's working on his left-hand swing. He's ditching the right-hand side mostly. So he looks better. I think he's going to get the first shot. But as far as Peraza's spot, I don't think they're on the team yet. I think the Yankees will trade Ben Rortvedt and probably a pen piece like a Marinaccio or something like that for a utility guy that no one's thinking about, that's out of options. Kind of like Esteban Florial was last year, right at the end of spring training. They cut it. I think something like that will happen.
Okay. Interesting.
They got to move one of the catchers, and Carlos Narvaez, who was another guy they added to the 40-man this year.
Mm-hmm.
He has looked incredible in camp, both in video and the people that were down there. Pete and Carlos from the show were down there and saw him in person and said that he's been one of the most impressive players in camp.
Really?
Yeah.
So Jonathan had a question about Yoendrys Gomez. What are they going to do with him?
Right now, because he got that extra option, they're going to keep him as a starting pitcher. There's a reason why they have kept him since 2020 on the 40-man, is because they believe if he can be healthy, he can be a top of the rotation starter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
NFE, what's going on, bud?
Hey, what's up, Dane? How you doing, man?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. Thanks for asking.
So, NFE, I wanted to get your take. I mean, Dane is fantastic with these prospects. He gave his take on Austin Wells. I want to get your take on Austin Wells.
Dude, he's been killing it. I mean, Austin Wells has been playing he's been playing so well in spring training. When he first came up towards the end of the season, I liked what I saw. I really did. I liked what I saw from him. And when the offseason came around, I said, this guy's going to compete against Trevino for the starting job.
Yeah.
He's absolutely going to compete. There's no way that this guy is not going to compete. He is absolutely going to compete. Yeah,
he's just on fire.
Yeah, he's just on fire. And to Sean Browning real quick, that's not going to cut it. Pereira and Rortvedt for Bieber.
Dane, what's your take on that? Pereira and Rortvedt for Bieber.
I think you have to add a piece like Ben Rice or Vivas or Acerna or, gosh, a mid-level arm or something like that. It's going to take more than that.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, yeah, Wells, man, he's been killing it this spring. And
oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I just hope
it's unbelievable. His bat has just come around this spring.
Yeah.
He was a notorious slow starter. He has never adjusted well or quickly to levels, ever, going back to Arizona. But the one thing that he's always done is hit. He hits. I think he's your best bet at a modern 300 hitter on this team right now.
Interesting. So Sean added Canely to that deal. Could that be something that gets it done?
Not in my opinion. But Canely's making money. Cleveland's trying to get rid of money.
Right. And Canely's injured too, so let's not forget that.
Right.
So he has a shoulder issue.
Benji asked about Clase. I don't think that's realistic at this point.
That package starts with Spencer Jones.
And the Yankees don't want to give him up.
No.
I mean, Spencer Jones looked fantastic this spring. I mean, I've never seen him look better.
No, you're not going to see him. That's the best he's ever looked. He went 100-plus pitches without swinging and missing once. He had 2 strikeouts in that time. Both of them were looking, and both of them were questionable calls. For a guy that had a 34% strikeout rate at one point last year, to go to not having, only not swinging and missing for 100 pitches, that's unbelievable.
I mean, that 470-foot shot that he hit was just, I don't think that ball has landed yet.
Yeah, but he had the highest average exit velocity in all the minor leagues last year. We knew
Yeah.
about the power. The power was never the question. It was the bat to ball skills. And he has obviously greatly increased those. And that's the only thing that was holding him back. People are talking about Spencer Jones having a bad year last year when he hit 267 and he had
Didn't he steal 43 bases?
29 doubles, 43 stolen bases, and 16 home runs. That's a bad year.
That's actually not a bad year in my book for a guy that size.
Right. But that's what everybody thinks, is that that was a bad year because he didn't hit for power. Well, he was changing his swing to add launch angle, and he was doing it in a slow manner. So it didn't overly rush the development.
Yeah.
He's figured that out. Listen to Dansby Swanson and a couple of the other, Mikey Skremski, another Vandy kid, was talking about Spencer Jones and how much he has improved and what they saw from him. That he's a freak athlete and he's going to be something special to watch.
So Sean asked if he was 6'6". Do you know how tall he is by any chance, Dane?
6'7".
Okay, he's 6'7". He is 6'7", stealing 43 bases in the minors. That is unheard of for a guy that size.
Well, he's as fast as Ellie De La Cruz, Corbin Carroll. His sprint speed's top 5% in all of baseball.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he's such a valuable outfielder, because he can cover ground. He made a catch this spring where he covered 137 feet, and he didn't even look like he was running. He just covers an amazing amount of ground, and he used to be a pitcher. So he's got elite arm strength. It's a special package in center field.
It's no wonder why the Yankees don't want to give him up. I mean,
yeah.
Look, I mean, everything that Dane just said, everything Dane just explained about him. It's like this is the reason why the Yankees aren't giving him up. And you know, I want to mention something about Spencer Jones too. You know, we saw the players that the Chicago White Sox got back for Dylan Cease, and they weren't asking for that from the Yankees, right?
No, they weren't.
No, the Yankees equivalent of that would have been Chase Hampton, Henry Luwane, and probably Brando Maea. And
would you have done that trade there, Dane, if they were asking for those three players?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not a chance on God's green earth.
Because a lot of there's you know, some folks like that we know, and it's, you know, no disrespect, and you know, they always have great takes, but they totally would have been on board with trading Spencer Jones for Dylan Cease, and I'm just like,
hey, I get it from their perspective that they want to win now. I can't blame anybody for wanting to win now, and it is a fact. We only know that we have Juan Soto for 1 year, so I get that. I believe we're going to re-sign Soto, no question.
I do too.
And I don't think Dylan Cease is an ace. He's someone that you're taking on to get better.
right.
So are
Yeah.
you really going to give Spencer Jones, who looks like Baseball America predicted he'd be the #1 overall prospect this year?
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was their number 10 bold prediction. That was their boldest prediction of the year. So they have picked 2 Yankee prospects to be top 10 in all of baseball next year in Jones and Luwane. That's why everybody was asking for them in trades, and there's just no way you can give that up. But I get why everybody wants to win now anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that too. I mean, but here's the thing, and my thing with prospects, and tell me if you agree with this, Dane. I want to. The Yankees have a farm system that I haven't seen in a very long time. Um, and I know they can't keep all of them, but
No,
some of these names that they have to, I'm hoping these guys do play a role on this team at some point, right? Spencer Jones is going to.
right.
Um,
Look, 85% of the kids that are become prospects get traded.
right.
Sometimes a prospect's biggest value to a team is as a trade piece. Look what Randy Vasquez, Johnny Brito, Drew Thorpe, and Michael King got us.
Yeah.
Sometimes, sometimes it makes all the sense in the world to trade prospects. The difference in trading a Spencer Jones for me right now is I see a core of kids that I have not seen in 25 years in watching this farm system of special elite talent. There's just a few of them because there's only a few spots, but I'm not trading those guys because if things go right, we have a new dynasty on our hands, or the
Oh,
pieces to
absolutely. I
having
mean,
a new dynasty.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and I see Spencer Jones as being that guy who's going to be a future on this team. Lalane, I'm sure, along with Arias, Chase Hampton. These are the four names that come to my mind that I think are going
Uh,
to play a role on this team in the future.
for me, it is Jason Dominguez, Austin Wells,
Mm-hmm.
Spencer Jones, Roderick Arias, George Lombard, and Owane.
Yeah, I didn't mention Dominguez just
Right, because
because
they are
Dominguez is
already on the
always.
40 man and already been up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just talking about the guys that are not on the 40 man. I'm thinking, years ahead, right? I know Dominguez. A lot of people ask that question of like if Dominguez and Jones can be on the same team. Absolutely, they could be on the same team. I don't see why not.
Jones and Dominguez, of course.
Yeah,
Dominguez isn't a center fielder long term. He can play the position. Well, he could last year before the arm injury. One of the things you need in center field is a good arm. And, you know, when you have somebody with a double plus arm like Jones, who do you want in center field long term?
Jones.
no,
Right.
100%.
So
If you're going to spend $600 million on Juan Soto, don't you want days for him to get DH spots?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a
So
way.
Dane, there was a question asked to you. Do you think Warren and Hampton were offered for Cease?
I have no idea. I wasn't in the room.
Right. Yeah.
Donnie, I assume that's Donnie because he's asked me that
Yes.
4 times today. I don't know. Um, the Yankees organizations like the Puzzle Palace. It's hard to get good information out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, my guess would have been that they probably started with a Chase Hampton in
Probably.
that. Yeah, but that's just a guess. I'm not. Like Dane said, I don't know. Because
Yeah,
I wasn't in the room either.
I,
So,
I
but
would assume that if they came back with another offer, Chase or Warren had to have been in the deal because that's what San Diego obviously valued back was getting pitching,
Yeah.
or
mhm.
Chicago, excuse me.
Yeah.
So they got one really high ceiling young arm in Drew Thorpe. They got a high ceiling, really young arm, and they got a nice relief pitcher. I mean, they did well.
So, Stephen B says, I see Jones as a first baseman until Stanton comes off the books, then goes to the outfield.
I believe Stanton will be off the books one way or another by the end of this year.
You think they're
Really?
going to eat that contract,
I do.
even though Miami's going to pay for some of it?
Look at it this way: the Mets paid how much is Justin Verlander's contract to get back one top 50 prospect? It was close to 56 million they took on just to get one top prospect.
Mm-hmm.
So if you equate that to Dominguez, what's his value? 75 million? What would Jones's value be if he became the number one prospect in baseball? Business wise, it makes sense to eat that money because they're Jones and Dominguez have so much more value for them.
Yeah, that's true. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. And Dane, you have brought up a great point about Stanton and them eating that contract. Um, that's a very valid point. But we're gonna talk about one last thing, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Dane, I want to get your thoughts on this. With everything that's gone on this off season, do you think um, do you think the Yankees played their hand correctly by standing pat and playing hardball with teams when it came to trades?
Um, I still would have liked to have seen them go after Corbin Burns. I don't know if they could have made that deal or not, but if there was someone to go get, he's a top 5 pitcher in baseball, and
Absolutely.
I would have felt better going into the season with him. I think that they evaluated the rest of the guys properly. They stuck to their values and evaluations, and I think that's the smart move.
NFE?
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they played hardball, that they stood pat, right? I like the fact that they didn't necessarily make a desperation move. Would I have liked for them to get another starting pitcher? Would have been nice, absolutely. They still could at this point. Um, I would have loved to have Corbin Burns, but again, I'm not giving up Spencer Jones for him.
And that's a
Yeah.
completely understandable point.
Yeah,
I normally I wouldn't give up Spencer Jones, but I want a title, and Burns was the one guy I thought could have put us over that hump.
yeah.
But I completely understand it. You saying I'm not giving up Spencer Jones for a 1-year rental, and you're not wrong.
Yeah,
And
I
maybe
wanted to say this real quick.
maybe if he had like 2 or 3 years, that's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Valid point.
Yeah, true. See, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, if it was 2 or 3 years of Corbin Burns, then you know what, I'll make that deal
Yeah.
Absolutely.
for Corbin
In a
Burns.
heartbeat.
I'll
No
make
questions
make that
asked.
deal right now. But not for 1 year. And the way I see it too is the Yankees having 2 1-year rental players.
Uh-huh.
Assuming, we know that they're going to try and sign Soto back. That's a given. They're not going to just let Soto walk like a lot of people think they are.
Right.
And I've just been getting comments on my videos about Cashman and Hal are not going to spend that money. Are they ready to shell out that money? I'm like, they are going to be ready. They should be ready just because they're why would they make that trade in the first place? That's what I ask. And
we were told a year and a half ago that the Yankees' number one priority and next year's or this coming year's free agency class was going to be Juan Soto. They waited on guys like Corey Seager because they wanted Juan Soto. Juan Soto has always been in their plans.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they don't trade for him to rent him. That's not the Yankees way. They are going to do everything it takes to re-sign him. And if the money is close, which I can't expect it not being, I expect him to be a Yankee for the rest of his life and be the first Dominican in Monument Park.
Yeah, and a lot of people, and a lot of people say, "Oh, do you really think Soto is going to get $700 million?" I was like, "You better believe Scott Boras is going to ask."
You also better believe that Soto has a very good and strong argument for it because he's 5 years younger than Otani.
Yeah.
So you better believe that he's got a very strong argument and a very strong case for $700 million.
Well, let me ask you guys this though: with the way the deferral works, the MLB only values Otani's contract at 400. It's either 17 or 77 million.
440 million.
It's 440 million. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought I heard a different figure.
No, we had so then we had
Scott Braun
on with us, and he broke it down.
Yeah.
And actually, when I the very first time I spoke to Scott, he actually broke it down. He's like, it's actually because he's not going to be getting paid $70 million a year.
Right.
A lot of that money is deferred.
Right.
So, yeah, his current value that he's getting is it's at that 440. He broke it down.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah.
So can Boris and those guys really expect 700 when he's not? No one's gotten over 5 yet. In real value, Soto's not going to take deferrals for 20 years like Otani did.
No, he won't.
So is there I don't know the answer. Is there a difference to him value?
That's up to Juan Soto at that point. I mean, if Scott Boras suggests something like that to Soto, and if he goes to the Yankees and says, "Hey, what do you think of doing a deferral?" But Soto has to agree to it first. That's the
right.
I don't know that he takes a deferral. I don't see it personally.
Yeah. I think he's going to want all that money up front.
Yeah.
He's not going to do what Otani did.
Yeah, I can. And you know what? I think the minimum he's going to get, I think it's going to be around that. It's going to be around that 50 million AAV.
Yeah. You would think that that's his minimum?
Honestly, I could see it.
Okay.
Just because the way contracts are right now, the way the market is.
Yeah.
Right? The way the money is being given out to these players.
I'm gonna agree with you, NFE.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say anywhere from 45 to 50 will be at minimum what Soto will make in the offseason.
Because you got to think about it. Remember 2 years ago, a couple of years ago, he turned down 440.
But that had but that had 200 million in deferred money in it.
I wasn't aware of that.
I wasn't aware of either.
Yeah, I was not aware that the $200 million in deferred money. Okay, I didn't know.
So if he's turning that down with deferred money, you better believe he's not going to accept the contract with deferred money.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's no way.
So what happens then? Does he take the present day Otani value of $47 million a year and say, beat that?
I could, like I said, I could see it. I could see the Yankees giving him $50 million.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be the way these contracts are given out these days. In this day and age, I wouldn't be surprised. I might be jumping the gun and saying I could see him getting anywhere from maybe even 55 to 60. but 50 million wouldn't surprise me. I would not be shocked.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either.
It really wouldn't surprise me either, especially if he. Yeah, I think 50 million might be the number.
Yeah,
But
because you know
I'm
you think about it too, Dane. I mean, now granted, Judge is a little bit older. He's getting paid 40 million.
right.
So Soto is younger, and he's not turning 26 till October.
Right.
So that's why I'm sticking with that 50 number.
I'm
Yeah.
not disagreeing with you,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I really don't know what the number is going to be. Whatever it is, I think it's going to be worth it.
I think it's going to be worth it too. It's Soto is one of those guys that and Maz has been saying it. You give the guy a blank check and be like, "Hey, tell us your number."
Yeah.
Yeah, and you do that in that first 10-day negotiating period.
Mm-hmm.
And Donnie brings up a great point. Soto's merchandise will pay for his contract alone on its
Oh
own.
man, yeah, forget it.
But
Yeah, and the legacy it gives the Yankees with Dominican players will pay off in huge ways as well. I mean, the reason Juan Soto's dad loves the Yankees so much is because of Robinson Cano.
yep.
Luis, he's not a DH. I just wanted to point that out.
Nope, you're right. Absolutely.
He's not a DH. So what do you mean it's $50 million for a DH?
And Soto will
Oh,
get so many endorsements as a Yankee. There's no question about that.
mm-hmm.
No question. He's going to get every possible endorsement as a Yankee that one can think of.
Yeah, and can you imagine the Dominican community in New York, especially
Oh,
around?
they're going to go batshit crazy.
Yeah,
And doesn't he have family in the Bronx too?
I know he
Yes,
has
his
family in New.
father.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say he has family in New York for sure.
yeah, his dad made a post about committing to come to every single one of his Yankee games at home, and his dad's never gone to a Yankees game, I guess, or never gone to
Interesting.
see him play.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
Donnie brings up something interesting too, and then we're going to wrap it up. Cano even called Soto after becoming a Yankee and told him how he was going to love being a Yankee.
yes, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyways, guys, that's going to do it for us. Dane, as always, thank you for all the outstanding prospect information and for coming on tonight. It was always great. It's always greatly appreciated. You're always welcome on. NFE, as always, thank you for hopping on when you did. Uh, you guys are awesome. And please, guys,
Have a
if
good
you
night.
have not subscribed to Dane Huber's or to NFE at the Strike Zone, please do so. The Farm Report is outstanding. Hit that like, subscribe, and buttons. And please, I'm on the road to 600. NFE's on the road to 500. Let's get us both there. As
Can I
always,
plug
guys,
one thing?
thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
We did a farm report today with Bobby Malone on NYYU. If you guys haven't seen it yet, check it out. It was a fantastic interview with Bobby.
Absolutely. Do check that out. But Dane, as always, thank you for jumping on. NFE, you as well. This was a
Always,
lot of
man.
fun. This is the last stop on this train. Until next time, guys, you guys have a great rest of your night. We got to break some great news with Cole, with him being not having Tommy John being a requirement. But until next time, have a great rest of your night. Peace and love to all of you guys. Deuces. Talk to you next time.
See you guys.